So we're doing this. Have you heard? On the 28th of February, we are doing an economic blackout. So many thanks to those who have stopped shopping at the likes of Target and Walmart. Our combined efforts are having a huge impact. And on the 28th, we are going to stop shopping altogether. Now, if we're going to affect quarterly earnings, if you can slow down your shopping from now until then, even better. But we're definitely not shopping in person or online, even food stores if you can avoid it. Get your shopping done before the 28th. It may not seem like one day really matters, but when we collectively combine our efforts and we let folks know that we can stop for one day, we can stop for many days, as we have with Target and others, the impact is pretty incredible. So we're going to show force by not shopping at all on the 28th if you can do it, and that's incredible. I also want to bring your attention to this platform, Ecosia. You can download this on your phone, on your computer, on your tablet, and Ecosia is a search engine. So some of these folks that we might want to boycott, some of the large tech companies, the oligarchy, folks who showed up at the inauguration. There are four main CEOs who showed up at the inauguration that affect many of our lives. Like someone said to me, well, shouldn't we be doing this to Google? Well, yeah, that would be great, but it's hard for everyone to divest from everything at the same time. So Google's first and biggest product was the search engine. You can stop using the Google search engine. Download Ecosia. It's a product out of Germany. It's environmentally awesome. Every time you search, they plant a tree. This is how many trees have been planted by Ecosia. So use that as your search engine, and you can actually go into, like I have an Apple phone, what you're gonna do, and go into your settings, go to search, and then make Ecosia your default search engine on all of your devices. And if you use something like a Chrome extension or something like that, you can add it. You can make it your default search for Safari and others. So use that. And this is, again, small ways to start divesting from these big corporations. Countless people have asked me about replacements for Audible, because Audible is owned by Amazon, and it's one of the things that gets affected with your subscription. So there are lots of library and subscription-based apps. So Kobo Books is one, Scribed, Libro.fm is another one. So these are just some ideas for you to replace your Audible. And again, if you cancel your Audible credits, you don't buy anymore, but you still have the app, you can still use the books that you have. Your public library also has free download apps, possibly depending on your library, so check on that. Libby is one of the apps that the libraries use. You can also use Hoopla and Bound, so lots of options. Here's a couple more: Chirp, audiobooks.com, and Storytel. It's impossible to be able to support and or boycott all the things that everyone else is doing all the time. It's most important for you to ground yourself in your own values. What's important to you? Who's important to you? How do you want to fund freedom with your dollars? Make informed decisions. I want to remind you of the Goods Unite Us app, GUU, Goods Unite Us. You can use that app to quickly search any company that you're going to shop with, and you'll get information about who they funded in the last election. That could give you information. Some companies fund both parties just to kind of hedge their bets. That's kind of a neutral business move. Some people are very red and very blue, and depending on how you voted, you might want to support one company and not support another. So that's one option. If you're feeling that massive anxiety that many of us are feeling, so much of that is coming from these massive news sources that are bought and paid for by the powers that be. There are some independent journalists that are really rocking it right now. Denise Conroy and Aaron Parnas are two people who I recommend for news sources that are not biased in the way that the media is. They're not bought and paid for. You can follow both of them on Substack. I know they've got TikTok accounts, and I know Aaron has an Instagram account as well. And you should support these independent journalists. And Denise Conroy has provided a boatload of resources. You can actually, I do want you to follow me on my Substack. I'm trying to aggregate more and more information to make this process easier for you, because we can't shame each other about what we can and cannot do. Not everyone can show up in the same way, right? So just do the small things as you're able. And I'm going to continue documenting my process. So Denise Conroy provided a really great resource that I linked to in my Substack as well. That one of the things that she said to do was to unfollow all of the major media news outlets, the ABC, the NBC, The New York Times is pandering to billionaires. Unfollow them and block them on your social media, and that is, again, a small action you can take. So follow me on my Substack. I've just posted something recently that talks about which grocery stores you should and should not shop at. A lot of people went from Target to Costco. Great. Some people are going to Aldi. Aldi actually has some problematic issues. And I know that this is really hard, right? It's like everyone's being canceled at the same time. Well, the problem is that we've normalized allowing these corporations to get away with treating their employees really badly and really not giving a flying flip about their customers. And so we have to show them that we're not going to support that kind of action. So follow my Substack. My most recent post from yesterday has got a bunch of information about which grocery stores you should pay attention to. And Denise Conroy has done all of the research to explain to you exactly why, because you may not support some of those boycotts, and that's perfectly okay. But support what you can, where you can. We are in this together. We are doing a great job. Little by little, we're getting it done.